Welcome to Pillow World, Bri. Let me get down and greet ya. There we go. That was a stupid Family Guy joke with some audio that I heard on TikTok. Hi. It's been a minute, and I acknowledge that. And since my last upload, things have gotten weird and confusing, and it's a lot. So, yeah. So, a couple things have happened, not just like in the world, but like on my channel. So, my last upload was something I had pre recorded, and I was able to edit it, and I got that up on time, which is great. And, the day after that was uploaded, me and my grandma, we went to the Ohio State University Hospital, specifically the James Building, because my cousin had just had surgery. If anyone knows anything about the James Building, it's specifically for cancer cases. That building of the hospital only takes care of cancer patients. First of all, the OSU hospital is huge. I've never been to a hospital that big before. So we were there for 3 days. And then, after that, like that week after, I get, my work schedule is a Sunday through Saturday. Meaning that, Saturday and Sunday are two different work weeks. So, I was able to get it so that I already had Saturday and Sunday off, and I changed my schedule so I could have Monday off because he had surgery on Thursday. Friday? Thursday. He had surgery a couple of days before me and my grandma got there. And then we stayed until the second surgery on Monday. So he's doing fine. Surgery went well, everything went great. So, yeah, I used 2 of my off days, and I usually use off days to film. I used 2 of my off days, so Sunday and Monday, for that specific trip. And during those 3 days, I didn't spend any time alone. I'm a pretty introverted person. I didn't spend more than I don't know, an hour or two alone that entire time. And that time alone was only after my grandma had gone to sleep. So I didn't have any time to recharge. So that following week, I didn't have the energy to record anything. I had to work on Tuesday through Saturday, Sunday. So it was a lot of work. I didn't have, the energy to actually record or edit anything. I was like, no big deal. I'd rather skip an upload than put out bad content. And then, that following week, the world fell apart. So, funnily enough, it's not funny, it's actually kind of scary. So, the week after I come back from the hospital, it's just, the world fell apart. At least it felt like it. Work got insanely busy, and I started having trouble breathing. I'm asthmatic. So that's not new to me. But with with that thing going around, that good old that good old pandemic, with that around, um I went like a week because one, I didn't have money to, if I needed prescriptions, I didn't have money, or I don't have a primary health care doctor. I don't, but I should. And anyway, long story short, I had to wait a consecutive week to seek care. I went a full week not able to breathe. Um, it sucked. I mean, I managed. No other symptoms, other than like the dry cough, but that was just asymptomatic of not being able to breathe. Um, so like, no other, symptoms other than like I was tired. But so I was worried about that for a week. And then I don't have a calendar in front of me. I didn't look at a calendar before any sitting down and recording this. And this is the second like video I've tried uploading or recording, and it just didn't go through. I uploaded on a Friday. I missed a Friday. The Friday after that, I went to the ER because I couldn't breathe. Got treated for asthma symptoms, so that was fine. And because of everything going on, I decided that I needed to take 2 weeks to social distance, to self-isolate. I did get paid for that 2 weeks. I work for Red Star Corporation. We're not going to name company names here. I'm not looking for trouble. But I work for Red Star Corporation. What had ended up happening is that they closed all of their stores for 2 weeks preemptively. This was 2 weeks out from April 1st, with pay for all the employees. And then, but my job stayed open. So for compensation, they gave us 2 weeks paid time off, but it was kind of like, here's 2 weeks paid time off, but don't really like use it right now, you like kind of save it for another time. Like, I mean, I guess if you have to use it, use it. So you go used it. Because it took me like several days after that hospital visit on to the ER. I think I went almost a full week, like still kind of having trouble breathing. Definitely like not as bad. I definitely had like more ease to it, but it was still really like difficult. And I needed, like, I was taking 2 to 3 breathing treatments a day consecutively, like after a week of, so I had like a week of having trouble breathing, went to the ER, and then for another week after, I was still taking 2 to 3 breathing treatments a day. And I have never in my life had that much trouble with my asthma before. Never. I was even hospitalized for it when I was a kid, and I never had that much trouble with my asthma. That hospitalization, that was like over just like 3 days. And I'm pretty sure like I had like a cold on top of it, or like I don't know, some kind of thing. All I knew is that I was in the hospital for asthma. I never asked any other questions, so I don't know. So yeah, 2 to 3 breathing treatments a day, a week after being treated in the hospital for asthma, and on an as needed basis between those treatments, because I can only take them every 6 hours or as needed. But I tried to stick as close to I can to that every 6 hour mark, because those breathing treatments make me shaky. They make me shaky and jittery, especially like once my body got used to them. I think they didn't affect me as bad, but like those first couple days, like I would get like tremors afterwards. It was bad. And then on an as needed basis, I also used an inhaler for like a full week afterwards. I've never had asthma that bad. Normally, I'd be treated for like a day or so and, be on my way. Or like use an inhaler on an as needed basis. I haven't had asthma flare up in like 6 years since I was in high school. And it was never that bad. So with everything going on, I needed to take that 2 weeks off. Obviously, like they didn't test me for anything because I didn't have any other symptoms, but that's scary. The whole thing's scary. So it didn't end up being like a full 2 weeks because I have to go back to work tomorrow. Tomorrow would be Wednesday, April 1st. A full 2 weeks would have been this Friday, but it was just announced that a bunch of employees, Red Star Company that I work for, they are furloughing 130,000 employees, which is pretty much in-store workers. I don't work in the stores, so I am not furloughed, which I'm very grateful for. But that makes it all very scary. Everything is scary right now. And I don't know. I tried sitting down and making like a Where Have I Been video last week. And I was gonna like upload it like on a Tuesday and record something for Friday, but that never happened. It's so weird. I live alone, and like, as introverted as I am, you still need like social interaction. And yeah, I've been like kind of chit-chatting with friends and stuff. I called my grandma a couple times and, whatever. But living alone, during like this social distancing, self-isolation stuff, it's so easy for everyone to just be like, stick with the routine, once you form a routine, it'll be easier to, function. The first couple days was great. It felt like I felt really productive, I cleaned up around the apartment really good. Like, my apartment is so clean right now. But after like 4 days of just being here, it's like, I don't even know how to put it into words. There's no hope for a routine. I mean, I'm sure there is for, self-disciplined people, but your girl ain't got that. So, I kept telling myself, okay, I'll record, a video tomorrow. Then tomorrow would come and I'd be like, okay, I'll record a video tomorrow, because it feels like you have this endless amount of time. And then the time runs out and you're like, oh crap, I didn't do a thing. Which actually sums up like every bit of like high school stuff I did. Any project or anything. Yeah, I have plenty of time, and then time's gone. But like staying in the same place for a week and a half, it's like, time literally just like blended together. And then like your sleep schedule gets thrown off. Like it was, and it happened like slowly too. It wasn't like, okay, we're productive for 3 days and then fourth day we're just gonna flip shit. we're just gonna, wake up at 2 p.m. and go to bed at 6 a.m. And it's rough. And yeah, like I live in Ohio and a stay at home order is in place for non essential workers. And I am considered an essential worker. Um, I work in a call center, so I'm not like dealing with the public, but there's still like people in the building. And if not everyone's following social distancing, like it's just like this domino effect. And on top of it all, I feel like really like guilty taking that week and a half off of work because I do know people that have been working. Like I have friends at work. I don't just like sit by myself. And like I have friends at work and I feel really guilty taking that week and a half off while they're at work because again, we're kind of like, "Hey, don't really do that." So, I have to go back tomorrow. It'll be fine. It's just work. It's whatever. But, and like that week that I was having trouble breathing before I got treated for asthma was like really scary, honestly. Because I kind of was waiting for other symptoms to show up, but that didn't happen. And then, like, I ended up going to the ER for it at like 4 in the morning by myself, which is again scary. I don't know, everything, it doesn't feel real anymore. Like, life, like, everything just seems like so inconsequential. And ideally, someone who wants to like break into social media and stuff, it's like, yeah, let's stay at home for a week and a half. I'm gonna make so much content after I clean the house and do a laundry. And then, I gotta make dinner. I haven't watched this Netflix show. I have a puzzle. I finished my puzzle. I'm so proud of myself. It took me a full week and a half to do it, but I did it. It was 750 pieces. I don't know. But like when you have like all this time at home, you think you're going to be so productive. You think I'm going to take care of everything. It's like I have this ideal perfect, like plan. I'll carve out an hour a day to read and it's like none of that happens. You sleep till noon and then you wake up and then you make like lunch and then you make second lunch and then you snack and then you have dinner at like 8 p.m. Just got a phone call and that was weird and they don't leave a voicemail, so they're not getting a call back. um yeah, my last like video was like 20 minutes long. So I think it's about time to wrap things up. Final thoughts. It's okay to not be okay right now. It's okay to be nervous or scared. It's okay to be worried. Um, you know, it's okay to tweet your Cash App at celebrities. Like, at this point, who cares? If someone has $3 million and you have $0, like, doesn't hurt to ask. Because trust me, your girl's been sitting on Twitter looking for Jeffree Star's tweets. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to keep making jokes. to try and keep, I don't know, because everything is weird right now. We don't know how long it's going to be weird. Stay home if you have the option to stay home. And if you're an essential worker, you're entirely, entirely grateful for what you do. You deserve to be paid more because other than, the healthcare workers, people that are essential, I don't put essential in air quotes, grocery store workers, they're very essential in times like this. It shows that they are not paid enough for the crap that they have to go through and how they put themselves at risk every time they come into work. It's my hope for after all of this is that, our civilization kind of wakes up and realizes, oh, we need to change. Because obviously, our world wasn't prepared. We had a heads up, but we weren't prepared. It's okay to ask for help right now. It's okay to help others. It's encouraged. But yeah, everything's weird right now. Recording, I never thought in my wildest dreams that I would record a video of myself laying in bed and talking. But here we are. We just vibing. That's all we can do is vibe. This is chill though, Just, we vibing. Everything's gonna be okay. It has to. My biggest hope though is that I don't want the world to go back to normal, because we clearly have all these holes in our socialness. No, that's not the word. There's all these holes in the world. No. There's all these gaps in the system. That's the word I was looking for. I just hope that we don't go back to normal, because this is clearly exposed, all the gaps in our system. Yeah. Okay, it's time to get up because I have to do laundry. And if I keep laying here, I'm probably going to fall back asleep. Bye.